What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today is actually going to be a really cool day. I'm going to vlog today. I know I haven't vlogged in a while. That's because I've been really busy with tax stuff and also the weather hasn't been great. And actually today it's going to be snowing as well. But I didn't want to miss out on vlogging today and I think you guys will find it's very interesting as well. But we're actually going out to look at over 90 units. It's over a $10 million deal. At least that's their asking price. And my partners and I are going out to look at it. And I feel like this is the natural evolution for ourselves as a company and as a partnership to step into these type of deals. Now these deals, just like anything else, we're gonna have to look at a bunch of them before we finally find one. Well, you never know, we could actually get this one. But the odds are that we're gonna have to look at multiple deals before we actually find one that fits what we're looking for and that somebody will accept that offer. But anyway, I wanted to take you guys along with me today as we look at those units. I will not be able to post this video until this deal is either over with, like we've either closed on it, or it's no longer available to us because I don't want to put this out there and create unnecessary competition for ourselves. It's not that I don't believe that there's enough out there for everybody to go around, but it's just not a smart thing to do strategically. All right, guys, well, that's it. I'm going to get ready right now. We're going to go meet my partners at the first units. So we're on our way to look at these units. I just want to tell you a little bit about the deal and how it came to us. So as you do this, you're going to build relationships with realtors and other investors in the area, and eventually you'll establish connections and networks with these people, and they can tell you about deals before they ever hit the market. I highly suggest that people do this. You build this network by going to networking events and just by shaking hands with other people doing this in your area. But anyway, it came to us, it's off market. They sent us a spreadsheet, a full breakdown. All 90 units are not in the same location. It's about 7 or 8 different buildings spread out across maybe 20 miles. The furthest 2 units apart are about 25 minutes, but most of them are centrally located. Most of them are in an area called Taze Valley, which is a great location. The best unit, which you'll see towards the end of this video, is actually located right next door to a hospital, which is perfect because we could probably Airbnb that or reach out to travel nursing agents to rent those units at higher than what we could get from your standard tenants. But anyway, guys, we're gonna head over to these units and I can't wait to check them out. Okay, so we're over here at the first unit. We just walked through it. They are really nice. It is a 4-plex. They are 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and rent for $600 a month each. It is completely leased. That's why I can't film the inside, but we were able to walk through it and it looks really good. So far so good on these units. They are very well managed and upkept. I'm gonna show you a video of the outside real quick and we're gonna head to the next one. So we're over here at the next units that we're looking at. This is 8 units, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. You got 4 over here and 4 over here. And these are actually one of the first units that these people bought. So they're a little bit older, but they're very clean once again. And they told us that from here on up, we're just going to get nicer and nicer in the units. There's one weird thing in these units. The steps almost go straight up. So they wouldn't pass code today, but that's okay because they would be grandfathered in because they were built that way. So it's okay in this area to allow them to stay like that. Now, if you ever did any demo or try to upgrade the units, you'd probably have to go ahead and fix that. But anyway, I did walk through one of these units. I'm going to show you that real quick. All right, so real fast before we check out these next units, I wanted to add that those last units rent for about $600 to $625. They were at $600 and they're raising them to $625 currently. So that says that they're able to get $625 for each unit as they change out. Also, guys, I want to apologize for the audio. Rihanna is in North Carolina for an event, vlogging, and she has the nice camera and the nice microphone with her. So we'll just have to deal with this because I'm filming it with my phone, but I apologize for that. But anyway, now let's go look at the next units. Now, this is what I am talking about. These are super, super nice. They're surrounded all around me here. It's 18 units in total. They're all 2 bedroom, 1.5 bath, and rent between $700 and $750 a month. They need absolutely nothing. They are ready to go, turnkey. They are all rented. I did walk through one of the units. Again, they are super nice. Can't film because they're rented. But anyway, just wanted to show it to you guys. Love these ones. Okay, so we didn't go far. We're actually right up the road, maybe not even a quarter mile. And it's another 18 units here behind me. Very similar to the last ones. In fact, the people they bought them off of, the people that we're trying to buy them off of, They bought them at the same time off the same people, so they were probably built at the exact same time. Again, 2 bedroom, 1.5 bath, $700 to $750 a month. Also really nice, brand new roofs on them just 2 years ago. Okay, so we're at the second to last complex that we're going to look at today. This is 16 units behind me. Again, phenomenal shape. They're fully leased once again, around $700 a month, up to $750. And it's actually 17 units if you include this house back here. It comes with that house as well, which rents for about $1,250 a month. Again, really nice complex. These are managed extremely well. If you guys are going to have a portfolio one day, this is how you want to manage it. You want it super clean like this, updated, the maintenance taken care of, and that's why they're asking the price they're asking, and they're probably going to get close to it. All right, well, anyway, we're going to head off to the next unit. All right, so here we are, the cream of the crop. Guys, these are super, super nice. These are luxury living apartments. They're granite countertops, vinyl click flooring. They're mostly 2-bedroom and 2 3-bedrooms for 38 units in total. The 3 bedrooms are right here on the ends, and then the rest of them in the middle are 2-bedroom units, and then there's another 3-bedroom unit on the other end of that building. And then over here behind me is 9 garages. These rent for $150 a month. And then there's an office right there that you really don't need an office over here, especially since these are all rented all the time. You could turn that into another 3-bedroom, and then there's 4 storage units right here at the end of this building that also rent for $100 a month, I believe. The rest of them rent between $1,400 and $1,600 a month, but that includes everything minus your electric. He has a deal worked out with the cable company where everybody gets cable and internet as well. Obviously, that's included in your rent. But I'll go over all the numbers here at the end of this video, so hang tight. All right, so that was a ton of fun. I could do that all day, every day. I love driving around and looking at units, looking at houses, and just kind of seeing what's out there and what's possible, that if you work hard enough and do the right things, that you can build a portfolio like that one day, or maybe even bigger. And for something like that, for me, when all I wanted was 3 or 4 years ago was just to flip my first house, and to kind of see the evolution growing towards this way, it's really cool to see, and it's just exciting for me. So as you saw, those units were in really, really good shape. Let's talk about the pros and cons real quick. The pro is that would basically be a turnkey deal. They're already managed very well. They're already in great shape. None of them needed any type of major repairs. Out of all the units, and I actually was wrong, there was actually 102 livable units, and then there was like 4 storage and 9 garages. So I kept saying 90 units, but it was 102 livable units. And out of all those, I would say maybe 5 to 8 were vacant, if that, and some of those already had leases, so that means somebody was already in the process of moving into those units. So with that being a turnkey deal, you're not going to have a lot of forced appreciation. And basically what that is where we would go in and make repairs, upgrade the properties, and get appreciation that way. Let's say there was an old building and it had 20 units and only 10 of the units were rented and the other ones were all beaten up and nobody would live in them. That's where you could force appreciation by fixing those units up and getting people inside of them, and then going back to the bank and saying, hey, look, this is what I did. Here's what it's worth now, here's what I bought it for, and getting a loan for that amount, getting your money back out. So that's what forced appreciation is. With this, though, you get turnkey, which is great if you are somebody that doesn't need a huge return or doesn't have to have the biggest, best deal ever, but you just want somewhere to place your money and make a very solid return and an asset. And this would be perfect for that. So real quick, I want to go over the numbers with you. I'm going to have to pull up the laptop because there's way too many numbers for me to remember, but I do want to go over the numbers with you because they're pretty exciting. It's almost mind-boggling to look at these numbers. And this, in the real estate world, is probably a smaller deal, especially when you talk about people like Grant Cardone and them that have hundreds and hundreds of doors, thousands of doors really, in these huge complexes. But anyway, this is exciting for me, and I think you guys will think the numbers are cool as well. All right, so I have the laptop here, and you have to forgive me. I'm going to have to go back and forth looking at the screen so I can tell you these numbers, but I just want to go over them with you real quick because, again, I think they're super cool, and like they're pretty big numbers. All right, let's look at this real quick. So I'm going to give you the amount off of 100% occupancy, but I'll tell you both amounts. But all the other numbers will be based off 100% occupancy, which is extremely possible, especially since all these units are rentable as is right now. But at 100% occupancy on all the units, you could bring in $1,112,700 in rental income. Now that's gross rental income, but that's how much rental income you could bring in every single year off of these units. That's crazy. You imagine it's $1 million a year coming in. It is gross income, but off 93% occupancy, which is a number you should base your numbers off of if you're going to do something like this, because it's going to be near impossible to have all the units rented all the time. But 93% is probably low for these units. You could probably get away with like 95, 96%. But on 93%, you're still at $1,034,000 a year in total rental income. So then you have all of your expenses. So I'm just going to go through them real quick. I'm not going to say every number of this video will be 20 minutes long, but you have your fire service fee, you have your insurance, your lawn maintenance, your management. Management fee on this was only 5% because they have somebody in-house managing it. You really need to account for more like 8 to 10%. You may be able to get it as low as 6%, being that you have all these units to give to a management company. And you could also do 0 if you're going to manage it yourself. But 5% on this is a tad low, but we're going to keep it in here for now. Then you have your municipal fees, which is trash, office supplies, pest control, repairs and maintenance. That's basically your CapEx. Taxes and property, B&O taxes, utilities, power, water, and direct TV and internet. So check out this number. I thought this was interesting. So in that last big unit that we saw, the really big, nice one, he worked out a contract when he first built it. And those things are only 2 years old. He worked out a contract when he first built it for about 4.5, 5 years with direct TV and the internet. Just the direct TV and the internet bill alone is $43,000 a year. Isn't that crazy? But look, in 2.5 years, that falls off and you don't have to continue that. So that's $43,000 a year that could go back to your bottom line if you do not continue to provide that service. And it's not really necessary. It's nice to have for your tenants, but I think you could get the rent that he's asking without giving them the cable and internet. So that's really cool to get that $43,000 back in 2.5 years. So your total expenses is $275,000. That brings your net operating income. So remember, $1,112,000 in, $275,000 out, for a total net operating income of $837,000 a year. That's a net income to you after all expenses. Now, of course, there's no debt service on this. And what that means is there's no loan. That means you'd have to pay for this in cash, which some people out there could do and see this type of return. But if you got a loan on it, you're going to have to shave this pretty substantially, but keep this in mind. Let's say that after your debt service, you get a loan on this, and after your debt service, you are down to $100,000 in cash flow. Say the other $700,000, I don't have a calculator in front of me right now. It depends if you did 15, 25 years. There's so many numbers that go into this. But let's say you just had $100,000 in net operating income after your debt service, so now you have a loan on it. And let's say you did it for 15 years. That's $100,000 a year to you. The buildings are completely taken care of. They're in really great shape. All the expenses are accounted for. Maybe you take the first 3 months of that income and you build a little bit of an emergency account, maybe a $30,000 to $50,000 emergency account for that account. But then you just get that income every year for 15 years. Don't forget that you could actually get another $43,000 a year to you once that cable and internet bill is gone. And then after 15, 20, 25 years, depending on what type of mortgage and loan you go with, it's yours. It's free and clear now. And now your cash flow jumps from $100,000 back up to $800,000, maybe even $1 million, because keep in mind it's going to appreciate and rents are going to get higher over those 15 to 20 years. So anyway, guys, I love looking at this stuff. I could do this stuff all day long. I could go out right now and look at another 100 units and just crunch these numbers and look at what's possible out there. And this, again, this is not even a fantastic deal numbers-wise. It's just a great deal because it's turnkey and well kept. So if you took it over, you wouldn't have to do a lot of work to it. But if you're younger and you're someone that's in the business and active and doing this full time, you probably want a better numbers deal than this because you know about forced appreciation. You know about finding deals that need some help to get that appreciation. But anyway, guys, I thought this was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I don't know if we will buy it or not. We're going to put in an offer. If you see this video, I will put a note like right here saying if we bought it or not. If you follow me, you will probably know if we did or not. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps the algorithm and gets my videos in front of more people, as you already know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.